Hello, I'm attorney Sherry Stinson, and today I want to talk to you about estate planning for your minor child. This is my beautiful daughter, Emma, and she is one of the reasons why I am so passionate about making sure that parents have given thought to this important topic. Now, if you're like me and you have your own little Emmas, you have different estate planning concerns than a lot of other people have. And it's so important to make sure that you've addressed those concerns so that you don't unintentionally create chaos for your kids. The number one thing that you must do for your kids is make sure that you've named a guardian for them. Now, there's guardian of the person and there's guardian of the property. Guardian of the person is the person who helps your child manage their day-to-day, getting to school, getting to the doctors, all the things that you as mom or dad might do. Guardian of the property is a little bit different. If something happens to you or your spouse and you've left behind assets, now we have to wonder who is going to manage that to make sure that your children are well provided for. Sometimes this is one and the same. Other times it may be a little bit different. So I want to talk to you about the top 2 reasons why this is so important. Number 1, my husband and I did it for peace of mind and to protect our kids. I don't want to have to worry about if something happens to me and my husband. Is the court going to make the same decisions I would? Now, as an officer of the court, I love the courts and I have tremendous respect for them. But at the end of the day, they're not mom or dad. They may not make the same decisions that I would. And I want to make sure that if something happens, that I've had my say. This is why I became a lawyer, to give people a voice and make sure that their wishes are heard. The way that you make sure your voice is heard about your kids is to put it in writing. Number 2, naming a guardian can help minimize or completely eliminate family conflict. Now, if you grew up in a family like mine, when I was a little kid, I can remember not really caring for a certain grandparent, or maybe thinking that she was a little too strict. Or even as I've gotten older, my own kids have their own set of grandparents. And while they both love my kids, they're really, really different in their approach to things. And so you want to make sure that you have thought about these things, because the last thing we want, if your child has lost their mom or their dad, is for them to have family who is fighting. So now that we've established why it's important to do this, I want to give you some really important things to think about when you're stopping to wonder, who's going to take care of my kids if my husband and I can't? Number 1, you want to consider whether this person is really willing and able to serve. They may be a great person and you may love them and they may love your kids, but what happens if a kid just won't fit into their lifestyle? Maybe now we're in COVID, but back when we were traveling, and those times are coming again. If that person travels all the time, are they really going to want to have to worry about getting to school and managing their vacations around a school schedule? Probably not. Number 2, you want to take into account the age and health of the person that you're thinking about naming. Now, my husband and I are older parents, and our parents, therefore, are much older. So, maybe you've got grandma or grandpa, but they're in their 80s, and maybe they've got severe health issues. If you have an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, are they really going to be in the best position to take care of that child? Maybe not. Or maybe you've got siblings who you think, wow, they would be a great person to take care of my children. But, if they don't have a home and they're couch surfing and they're always bouncing from job to job, are they really going to want to take the time to take care of your kid? Maybe yes, maybe no, but you really have to make sure that you stop to think about it. We also want to think about social and moral and religious views. We want to think about things like location. If you have a 16-year-old, maybe we don't want to pluck them from Florida and put them into another state. So as you can see, there's lots of things that go into this, but at the end of the day, if you love your kids like I love mine, you want to make sure that you put something in writing. Remember, nobody ever says the government makes better decisions for me and my family than I do. You're never too young, you're never too old, but one day you might be too late. If we can help you, give us a call at the number below, and we'll be happy to help you put together a plan for your children.